and thank you for watching my video. Welcome to another Mikei's Top 5 Guild Wars 2 Elite Skills. That's right, we're going to be looking at the top 5 elite skills in Guild Wars 2 today. Now obviously there's going to be specializations coming in that's going to bring in a load new elite skills. This is going to be pre-specializations. So we've got a number of different elite skills in Guild Wars 2. We have a number of racial elite skills. You know, for example, the Norn have things like the ability to shape into the bear. But we're not going to include any racial skills in that. Generally, they don't tend to be that effective anyway. But the majority of the professions have specific elite skills that are really powerful. Because obviously it's an elite skill. But there are only certain professions that really have crucial elite skills that play a big part. Think about Ranger. You know, Ranger has a couple of elite skills, you know, Rampage is one, or Entangle, but they're not as crucial to the game type as some of the others. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. The 5 elite skills that really do, you know, affect the game type, be it PvE, PvP, or World versus World. Number 5. At number 5, we have the Elementalist, the Conjure Fiery Greatsword. Now, I know what you guys are going to say, this got nerfed. Okay, I'll admit that, it definitely has got nerfed, and that's why it's definitely not number 1 as what it used to be, but it's still an incredibly powerful elite skill, and it's very useful indeed. Particularly for mobility and getting around the map, and you'll still see many Elementalists in PvP actually have a Fiery Greatsword. You'll see many Fiery Greatswords around the world as people explore PvE for the simple fact that your skill 1 gives them a significant amount of damage, your skill 2 is sort of, it actually causes damage at a location as the skill 5, which is an AoE. Skill 4 is a Fiery Rush. This was a massively powerful skill before they nerfed it, but primarily the Fiery Greatsword is used for skill 3. And that's Fiery Whirl, because it probably gets you more mobility than almost anything else in the game. I think the Norn Bear, the elite skill for the Norn, is a faster moving movement skill that you can have on there. There's a rush. But this Fiery Rush is really powerful. The fact you can really move along quickly, and it's got a low recharge rate as well. So that's the Fiery Greatsword. Number 4. At number 4, we have the Mesmer. Oh, no, we're not. We're not going to go for the massive invisibility. We're going to go for Moa. That's right. We're going for Moa. Why Moa? Because you completely negate an enemy. Alright, okay, they can still attack, but look, you know, alright, we just turned a rabbit into a Moa, and that we one-shotted it. But this is extremely effective, particularly for enemies that are extremely defensive. So if we look here, we can turn golems into Moas, and they lose all of their regular skills, and particularly against the AI of the, you know, against a sort of enemy that isn't as controlled by the computer, it really is unable to give you much to inflict much pain on you whilst they're in Moa form. Even massive elite bosses you can actually transform into Moas. And that's why, for me, the Moa is a very effective elite skill, because it can really stop the enemy from dealing massive attacks on you by putting them into Moa form for a significant period of time, allowing you to recover and allowing you to actually cause a lot of damage on them. That's, for me, is why the Moa is the number 4 elite skill. Number 3. At number 3, we have a skill that actually got buffed recently, and that is Rampage for the Warrior. Now, this skill, pretty much in PvP, is why it's actually included in this list, because PvP Rampage is devastating, particularly against squishy foes. Engineers really can get owned by this. You've got this smash, you've got the bash, you've got the uppercut, you've got the kick, which gives a knockback, and then you've actually got this dash, which can charge and really hit your foe hard. The throw boulder actually knocks them down, as does the smash's stomp, so you can really CC your opponent. And that, for me, is why the Rampage is a really effective elite skill and can change a matchup in PvP. Number 2. So at number 2, we've got Renewed Focus. This is the Guardian elite skill, and pretty much is the only one worth taking for the Guardian, but it is that crucial part of a Guardian's gameplay. The fact that it actually recharges your virtues, so you can pop F1, F2, F3, and then select your elite skill, and you renew all of those elite skills, those virtues, as you can see here. We've recharged those virtues, and that can really give that extra bit of healing, that block, give that extra burning going on, and it just allows you to survive in that fight for that little bit longer. It gives you 3 seconds of invulnerability, which in today's Guild Wars 2 is absolutely vital for the Guardian. Number 1. So what elite skill do people fear more than anything else? This, the Lich Form. This is devastating. You can create minions, you can chill a foe, you can remove conditions, but it's this skill 1. If you've got a huge stack of might, you really deal a lot of damage. In fact, in PvP, really, unless you can actually, if you're in a group and you can actually, you've got a few choices. You can either reflect the Lich Form, which a Guardian can do quite well, but you really have no other option apart from to run away, or you're going to die. That's pretty much what's going to happen in PvP with the Lich Form. Perhaps it's not as effective, as strong as in World vs. World, although it is very, very good at taking out lords and supervisors and, you know, that sort of thing. But the Lich Form is devastating. It's one of those elite skills that really defines a class. The Lich Form, for me, is the most devastating. It's the one that, if I see someone pop this, I'm going to get the hell out of there. It is a dangerous elite skill. It's very, very different to the Guardian being a very defensive elite skill. This, for me, is the number 1 elite skill in Guild Wars 2. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment. See you on the next video.